Hello and thank you for watching. I'm Ashley Van Dyke with Advantage Software, and on today's video, Paragraph Status Manual Marking, I'm going to show you how you can manually choose paragraph statuses in Eclipse. You can do this by clicking through Eclipse. However, I've also included some macros that you can use to toggle the most popular paragraph statuses. In the description of this video, there's a Google Drive link, and it contains a total of 5 files. First, there are the 3 macros that will simply toggle the status on or off for scoped, rough, and proofread. Next, I have a macro that includes all 3 of those first macros in a single package. This way, if you only want to use the scoped and rough macros, you can import only those macros. Or if you want to use all 3 of them, you can import all of them with one step. And last, I've included a group macro. This group macro contains all 3 of the paragraph status toggle macros, but allows you to execute them by using a single keystroke. So no matter what your macro preference is, I've included different options that should work with your workflow. I have a file open, and I'm going to go to Settings, Edit, Macros. And once you've downloaded the macros that I provided, you can choose Import and browse to whatever location you've saved the macro files and import them into your list of macros. After you've imported the macros, you should be able to find them in the list. If you want to use the group macros, those will come up first in the list in the groups of macros that are surrounded by curly braces. If I scroll down to curly bracket PGH, you see that I have 3 separate macros here, one for proofread, one for rough, and one for scoped. And additionally, if I go down, I have individual macros for each status as well, proofread, rough, and scoped as well. And I've assigned macros to all of these statuses so that I can operate them with a single keystroke. I'm going to close out of this window and my user settings. And now I am in text. And in the last video, I showed you how just moving through the document would turn on the auto marking of statuses. I have that feature turned off by going to Settings, Edit, Paragraph Status, and having all of the statuses unchecked. As long as they're unchecked, that means none will be applied automatically. Now you can use the macros that I provided to toggle paragraph statuses. However, you can also access them by clicking on the Paragraph button, choosing Status, and selecting a status that you'd like to apply to the paragraph. However, since that is a lot of steps, the macros allow you to do that much faster. And so if I move my cursor again, I have assigned my macros to Control-Alt-1, Control-Alt-2, and Control-Alt-3. And so if I hit Control-Alt-1, my paragraph status is marked with proofread. If I hit Control-Alt-2, my paragraph status is marked with rough. And if I hit Control-Alt-3, my paragraph status is marked with scoped. And again, you can change these colors by going to Settings, Edit, Paragraph Status, and hitting the color button. Simply hit the color button and select a different color to apply to your paragraph statuses. And as soon as you hit OK out, those will be applied. And since these macros are toggle, I can again press Control-Alt-1, Control-Alt-2, and Control-Alt-3 to toggle the statuses back off. Additionally, since in my user settings, Edit, Macros, I do have my group macro associated with a keystroke, I can press that single keystroke, and I have the option to choose to toggle proofread, rough, or scoped by pressing P, R, or S. So I'll choose P, I'll press it once again, I'll choose R for rough, and once more I'll choose S for scoped, and I can repeat the same operation to remove the statuses. And so the benefit of the group macro is that you only need one keystroke in order to access all three different statuses. However, it does take a second step. Whereas with the individual macros, it is a single keystroke with no extra step. However, you do have to have three separate keystrokes, one to assign to each individual status. And so whichever method will work into your workflow best is fine. Or if you'd like to use both methods interchangeably, that's also fine. And again, you can find a link to these macros in the description of this video. And to find the macros to assign keystrokes, all you have to do is go to Settings, Edit, Macros, and the group macro that allows you to execute all three of the macros from a single keystroke is called Paragraph Toggle, Proofread, Rough, and Scoped. You need only assign a keystroke to the first macro in order to access all of them in that group. If you want to use individual keystroke for each of the macros, you can scroll down to Paragraph Toggle, and you see again that we have one for Proofread, Rough, and Scoped. And for these, you can assign individual keystrokes for each option. And as you move through the document, you can use either method to toggle paragraph statuses on and off for any paragraph that you need to. Thank you for watching this video. As a reminder, Advantage Software offers anytime support 24/7. Tech support can be reached with any question, anytime, including weekends and holidays at 772-288-3266. Email support is also available at support@eclipsecat.com. Thanks for watching this video. Please hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so that you'll be notified when we publish new content in the future. Thank you so much and have a great day.